Trouble. Watch out. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And come Hey, watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. When goes down, we say what we are gonna do. Boy, ready? Ready? Boy, we say what we are gonna do. Yes, we go down. Boy, sit down there. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance? Trouble. Watch out. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And come down. Hey. Watch you wicked them all. Say the wicked them all. And come down. We say what we are gonna do. Boy, ready? Ready? Boy, we say what we are gonna do. Yes, we go down. Boy, sit down there. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus, are you balance?
Pleasant morning to all my people. Right? Welcome to another Mystic Sensation live. And of course, this morning, right, is going to be exciting. We'll be revealing a lot of stuff, right? Deep dive investigation and so forth, and the list goes on. But this is going to be extremely serious, right, as it relates to situations that been unfolding. But before we get into the show this morning, right, as usual, we are going to endorse all of our people in the chat, all right? So, all right, Elaine Turner, 8595, bless up yourself, Elaine. And Dorothy McCoy, bless up yourself. Simoko for real, bless up yourself. Maxwell Williams. And Richard Reed, 4665, Verna Kasha, Jonathan Johns, Laverne P9R, Leighton Brown, 8090, Beverly 975, Patel Krushank, C. Jam, Lindell McCormack, and of course, Falmouth Girl, right? Alethea Sterling, and Dion Fresh Mundell, Fiona Burnett, right? Alicia Sterling, right? And of course, Robert Montague. Eat. I love Mystic. All right. Much respect to the Mystic Sensation, right? Anne-Marie McDonald, right? Bless up yourself, Michelle McCoy, Rancho Taylor, and Special Agent 561, and for all those persons who are, roping in, right? We see Clarky just roping. Let me say this, Jamaica. Today is extremely serious in terms of the topics that we are going to touch. You know that when it comes to the NARA appointment, you know that Mystic Sensation have to touch it. And not only that we touch it, we do a deep dive investigation and we are going to reveal some shocking information as it relates to the NARA's appointment. We were able to track and find certain information that we are going to reveal today, right? And it is unbelievable. Let me say this to you, my Jamaican people. Now, the appointment as it relates to Major Anthony Anderson, it's a critical blow to Jamaica. It signals two things. One, the normalization of criminality. The normalization of criminality. The Anthony Anderson appointment having the very similar reflection as it relates to the FID director appointment for the purpose to divert from investigation into Andrew Owners. I've been telling the Jamaican people that the NARA objective has no such objective in developing Jamaica. No. And as a matter of fact, right, as it relates to the war that is going on, where are you going to get investors to come and develop Jamaica? So we know, we look at the NARA and we know very well that the NARA designed, right, to circumvent statutory bodies, right, and to legalize Andrew Owners' wrongdoing. We are going to prove that not only talking, we are going to show evidence. We are designed for such purpose, and we know some of the things that Andrew Owners want to do with NARA, right, to alleviate investigation into majority of his wife's business, Juliet owners. It is, as I said, the GLP is officially a criminal enterprise. No two-way about that. And we are going to prove it. Now, Jamaica, I am going to, this morning is just bombshell after bombshell. But before I get into, we have some serious investigation that we are going to reveal to you, right? Very serious. And yes, we are going to reveal information again as it relates to the NARA. And of course, we are going to reveal as to why the parliament is suppressing the FLA report. We have done our investigation. We have done our deep dive, right, into all of that, right? Some of the things that we are going to reveal this morning is going to be quite shocking, but not a surprise. You are dealing with a criminal enterprise, right, who think that he's going to outsmart, right, you know, us Jamaican. But guess what? Andrew Honest, you're playing out yourself. And the only person that you can outsmart now is yourself, right? People can read you. People can anticipate your move. This is not anymore a chess game. This is not anymore a chess game. People anticipate you, right, as it relates to your dictatorship, right? And all Jamaicans, critical thinkers, know what you are heading for as it relates to being a dictator to cover your wrongdoings, right? You have a lot of things over your head. And trust me, Andrew Honest, I am guarantee you, I am betting all my dime that there is no way you are going to get away with it. No matter in terms of the policies and using your majority to breach, right, standard operating procedures and breach basic laws, and you only have a matter of time. Remember, it's just a matter of time. And Andrew Honest, things are going to catch up on you. Now, before I get into all of that, we just want to confirm the level of your wickedness. When you're coming out and you try to explain the delay in using the $1.44 billion, this is what you have done, Andrew Honest. You sat there because you know that your hands caught in the cookie jar. You know that the intent, right, was to stock away the money and then steal it later. That was your objective. That was your objective. This morning I'm going to come out with the evidence to show you, right, that was your objective. And you sat and you listened to what everyone been saying, right? And what you do over the period of time since the Auditor General came out and exposed you is to sit with your criminal associates and think, what is the best suggestion so I can go to the people? But what you came out with, right, you cannot justify what you had done. What you had done is evilous. After 7 months, where people have been suffering, and 75% of those people who suffered, right, as it relates to total destruction of their homes, right? Some had wiped out from being a middle class, right, straight beyond the poverty line. And you sat there, right, getting tons of fees, billions of dollars, because it is just not 1.4 billion that you have gotten. You design ADPEM so that ADPEM must not deal with checks and balance and accountability and deal with proper record, because ADPEM doesn't have a PI, a perpetual inventory system to record all of that. And you know this, but you're a criminal. You're a criminal and you're addicted. You're a kleptomaniac, addicted to stealing. And so then there is no way, let me say, Andrew, believe you me, I am promise you this. There is no way you are going to escape other critical institutions in Jamaica, like the Integrity Commission, right? And other, right, institution, judiciary. They know that you are not going to get away with this. All of what you are doing, people, all of what Andrew Honest is doing, Andrew Honest, you're not going to get away. Right? I guarantee you that. You're going to have your time in court. Remember, Mystic Sensation tell you that. Now to show you in terms of the explanation that you came out with, right? Using your Anansi stories and your BS, your Anansi stories and your BS has no justification in holding back necessary need, necessary aids to create resilient, and yet you come out and you speak about resilient and you're suffering them because indeed majority of those people who you are suffering because you know that they voted for the People's National Party and you're punishing them. You're such an evil. Such an evil. For anyone who doesn't recognize the level of evil you are, that person is equally evil like you. Now, let me share this to show you the plot you have, right? To take away the benefits, the aid that have been given for the people. This is what you do. You want to suffer them so much. And here is the evidence that it does not only happen, right, with just the 1.44 billion. It is something that stretches across the length and breadth of your administration. Wicked, evil, wicked and evil you are. Now, let me just get into this. Let me just share this. Now, look at this, Andrew Honest. So the explanation that you came out with, right? There's no justification. 7 months after Melissa. 7 months after Melissa. And you suffer the Jamaican people. And now we are going into another hurricane season. And there is no preparation that you have done. You're coming out with PR after PR, no preparation. People, look around you. Look around your communities. Have you seen any tractor cleaning any drain? Have you seen any narrow drain being expanded? Have you seen that? Look around you. Listen to what I'm talking. And every single Jamaicans, right, who giving me their listening ears, look in your community and see if there's any preparation for Hurricane Gilbert. Any cleaning of drains being done. Do we have any hurricane shelter built for purpose? Not to only use the old school building, and so then if a next hurricane to come, you're going to depending on schools to use those. We are talking about build for purpose. Jamaica, wake up. We are now in the peak of the hurricane season, and not one hurricane shelter built for purpose. This government had built. Not one. Not one. And on top of that, money that Andrew Holness had gotten in burial. Not in Melissa, Jamaica, listen to me. Monies that were collected from burial. Foodstuff that were collected from burial. Had not given to persons who needed the assistance. This is how wicked you are. So we are not just talking about 7 months. And where the Auditor General caught you with your hands in the cookie jar, stashing away the money to steal it. And we all know that you have gotten more than $1.44 billion. And where is that money? Stolen, gone. Stolen, gone. Now, let us read a revelation by Dion Jennings, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, that about 77% of $770 million of the $1 billion set aside for the government solidarity program has been returned for debt reduction. Tell me something. Tell me something, you wicked bastard. Who would have done, somebody with a good heart and want to help people, who would have done something like this? Waited until time exhausted, and instead of you giving the people the money, you utilize bureaucracy to take it away from them. Who would have done, who with a good heart would have done something like this? What happened to good investigative journalism? You have suppressed the Jamaican people. You're taking over the media. You control them. You control all the space. You're toxic, Andrew Holness. Look at this. Look at this. So when you came out and I tried to explain, right? Your mumbo jumbo, your foolishness, your BS. Here it is that this is a MO of you being the criminal you are and the suppressor you are. Look at this. About 77% or 770 million of the 1 billion set aside for the government solidarity program has been returned for debt reduction. What a wickedness. Triggered grave concern among some members of a parliamentary committee on Wednesday. This is what you call quarrel. The solidarity program, which was announced in June 2025, targeted at vulnerable segments of the population, was intended to provide a one-time grant of 20,000 to 50,000, right? 50,000 individual as part of the country's special protection efforts. Under the program, grants are provided to applicants who meet the criteria, such as the elderly, the disabled. Look at the people who you are hurting, Andrew Holness. Look at the people who you are hurting, right? Look at the people who you are hurting, Andrew Holness. The elderly, the disabled, the vulnerable persons who are not in school, are employed, and are not benefiting from other social programs. Even them, your viciousness stretch across. Jennings, who was appearing before Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriation Committee, said of the 18,000 applicants to the Solidarity Program, 11,521 had been approved for payment, totaling 230.42 million. This means that 63% of the applicants were selected for disbursement. Quiz as to the plan for spending the balance of the money. Jennings replied, "We are at the end of the financial year, so the money unspent would have been returned for debt reduction. You know, want it wicked on this. I Jamaican people, you just no want it wickeder than this. This man is cruel to the core. Cruel to the core. When I said extremely cruel, this man is extremely cruel to the core. Mighty God of Daniel. Now, let me just, juggle on here. Let me tell you something, Jamaica. All right, we have Brother Melting Pot coming up. Right, let me just, had Melting Pot to the stage. Before we proceed any further, let me just have Brother Melting Pot just meet and greet his people. Melting Pot.
Blessings, Sir Lord Byron.
Blessings,
Enough love and everyone at the chat as usual. Blessings all over. And to everyone outside of Jamaica, in the diaspora, tuning in. Enough love and respect, same way. And to everybody in Jamaica worldwide, all blood and fire, comrade. Enough love and respect. And back the floor to the host.
All right. Blessings, Melting Pot. All right, let us proceed on. Now, Andrew Wallace, this is news for you, because your entire government is plagued with corruption. Here in Jamaica, here's the proof. Entire government is just plagued with corruption. I have some bombshell today, people. I want, just stick with me. We are going to get into some bombshell revelation here today. Now, for immediate release, Integrity Commission submit 5 investigation reports and Director of Corruption Prosecution indicative ruling to Parliament for tabling pay corruption. May 27, 2026, in keeping, so this was actually yesterday, right? In keeping with its previously made commitment, the Integrity Commission wishes to notify the public that it has today submitted to Parliament 5 reports of investigation together with associated indicative ruling from the Commission and Director of Corruption Prosecution. The documents were formally received and signed at the Parliament at 10:27 a.m. this morning. Hard copies of the reference investigation reports were submitted in separate envelopes under cover of identical letters addressed to the following officials. Can you imagine what next Tuesday Parliament is going to be? Right? So you know that we are going to anticipate what the ruling is all about. Right? So Tuesday, right, come in, Parliament is going to hot. And plus, we also have the FLA report pending to be released as well. So Bangarang in Parliament Tuesday. Can you imagine Parliament fire? Fire in the kitchen is going to turn to a very high volume. The indicative rulings were also similarly addressed and submitted in separate envelopes. A USB flash drive with PDF electronic copies of all documentation submitted was also conveyed. The Integrity Commission anticipate that its investigation report, which were submitted pursuant to and in conformance with Section 54 of the Integrity Commission Act, together with the associated indicative ruling, will be tabled in both houses of Parliament as soon as possible. So we are anticipating this, right? And so then you can see that the dictatorship government is trying now, right, to even breach standing orders. And here it is when you look at the high level of hypocrisy with Andrew Holness, with Juliet Holness, right? Trying to now compel Angela Brown Burke to obey standing orders. And yet here it is that you are breaching standing orders, not to reveal the FLA report, even when the court said they have no form of input into that. It is Parliament internal issues. And yet, you have a standing orders saying clearly that when you receive report from the IC, right, the process is to ensure that these reports tabled on time. But this, Jamaica need to understand what you are doing, a dictator, a criminal, just to protect and deflect right from your wrongdoing. We are going to hold your feet to the fire. And as I said, and as I promised, you are not going to get away. You and your wife and your corrupted administration simply will not get away from justice. We can assure you that you are not going to get away from justice. Let us stop share that. Right? And of course, let us just take this away. And, you know, let me tell you something, Jamaica. For those who want to believe that, okay, all right, you know, Andrew Holness is going to be fine and dandy, right? And, you know, Andrew Holness is going to be Andrew Holness. Let me tell you something. You see, when it rains, it pours. That's all I'm saying. When it rains, it pours, right? And as I said, let me say it categorically clear. Andrew Holness, regardless of all of what you are doing, Jamaica, he cannot get away. You have placed Geico Lizard at FID, and you now realize that he cannot help you. So you put in Google Gaga at Nara. Google Gaga cannot help you. And as a matter of fact, we are going to expose something as it relates to that appointment. That Google Gaga, right, did not meet the requirement. We are going to show Jamaica that. We are going to show you, Andrew Holness, to show you what you are doing. We are going to show the people that Google Gaga did not meet the requirement. Because I tracked down a particular document and I have it in my possession. I know you never know that I would have gotten this document. But I have the document to show the people that Google Gaga, Jamaica, I want you to listen to me. And this is it in terms of my upset this morning, because I'm very upset that investigative journalist, if I can find this document and you do your investigation, your deep dive, you should be able to find this document that I found. And you should look at it and know that Google Gaga doesn't meet the requirement. Or if you know about the document, you choose not to expose him. Well, we are going to expose him this morning and show the entire world that how can you do something like this? The man doesn't meet the requirement. And you have over 80 people, right? As according to you. And yet you are saying that Google Gaga is the most qualified person. You're a liar. You are a liar. And this morning when I show that document, people are going to surprise. You are a liar, Andrew Holness. You're a devious demons. But as I said, all the derricks that you are dealing with, trying to protect yourself and protect your wife, Nara is not to provide any help. Nara, particularly the primary thing that you have with Nara, is to try to help Juliet Holness as a result of many breaches. Breaching the statutory body in terms of several buildings that Juliet Holness is doing. And so then you want to be the ultimate power. Using your cousin, family business, to allow Juliet Holness and to allow your corrupted friends to get away. Because you know that investigation, they are under investigation. These things are under investigation. You know that. And so when you're using Naira, not to build Jamaica economy, but use it in a way so you can circumvent statutory bodies. You are evil. You are evil. Now, since we have done that, right? Just imagine the gall of these people. After all the corruption, right, is asking Nikisha Burchell to apologize. For what? And let me say something. Dean Jackson, you're a letdown. Right? You're someone who I once respected a lot. I'm telling you the truth. But you're a disappointment. I am not going to, rude to you. I'm not going to rude to you. But when you go there in terms of asking Nikisha Burchell to apologize, it is telling me that you now start to taste the Kool-Aid. And because I have a high level of respect for you, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there. Now, let me just show Jamaica as it relates to our nanny, Nikisha Burchell, telling them plain that she has no intention to apologize. Kisses to you, Nikisha Burchell. Love you bad. Kisses to you, mama. Love you. No intention to apologize. Talk to us, Nikisha, and make them know that plain.
To a primetime news follow-up now. Member of Parliament for South St. James, Nikisha Burchell, says she has no intention of apologizing to Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness. This despite backlash after Burchell likened Mrs. Holness's oversight of parliamentary proceedings to that of a controlling wife. Shamela Pullen reports.
A day after 3 government parliamentarians condemned remarks made by a PNP MP for South St. James, Nikisha Burchell, as rude and inappropriate, Ms. Burchell is hitting back. Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith, Finance Minister Favour Williams, and State Minister in the Ministry of National Security, Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn, criticized Ms. Burchell for what they described as disgraceful remarks directed at House Speaker Juliet Holness. In an interview, Ms. Burchell said Ms. Holness exhibited controlling tendencies similar to women who dominate their husbands.
Patriotic comrades, Comrade Nikisha Burchell says, I will not apologize to the House Speaker. And I'm in 1000% agreement with that. Apologize for what? Apologize my foot? Apologize to who? There's nothing to apologize for here because nothing was rude or inappropriate about what Nikisha Burchell said. And there they go again, treating grown adults like children because...
All right, let me stop this and take this away and let me send out one message here, right? Let me just send out one message here. Really and truly, plain and straight. The only person who need to apologize is Rhoda Crawford. The only person who need to apologize is Rhoda Crawford. Have you seen Nikisha Burchell intervening in anyone's space and disrupting and interfering? She's speaking up for Jamaican people who put her there in Parliament and she's representing us. She is representing us. Apologize for what? Now, we all know, right, as it relates to certain information coming out, that when time Juliet Onus already sometime and put on 2 and 3 bucks for Andrew Onus. And I'm not gonna hide. I don't know not gonna hide. So basically, you can keep them behavior there at home. Confine those behavior at home. Don't take it to the parliament. Like you want to control anyone in parliament. Because you can't back somebody in a parliament. You know? You can do that at home. You can do that at home. Right? But you can't take on anyone in the parliament and claim say your box. So anyone who needs to apologize, right? Call Rhoda Crawford to apologize. Out of and bride, apologize where? Now let me bring in melting pot into this place because I don't want the pot get lukewarm. You know. Pot, step up.
Yeah, man, me I listen to everything where I go on. But Nikisha, right, you know, because remember saying, you know, Juliet Holness, you know, I know speaker for the house now, is a housekeeper for Andrew Holness and herself and the rest of people in them cabinet. Yeah. I saw she around the place, you know. So, I mean, we know Nikisha Burchell is a straight shooter. Yeah. And she always hit the nail on the head. Yeah. And she never said nothing that, you know, is controversial in this regard. Because everybody, even people who watch Parliament a week time will live outside of Jamaica, in the diaspora. They have the same perception of when Nikisha Burchell have in regards to Juliet Holness, how she deal with Parliament. She is not speaker, she's a keeper, she's a housekeeper. So she want to run Parliament like Upper Beverly Hills. And Nikisha Burchell 100% right. Yeah, we see it more than one time, we see it half 10 times. Yeah, this is why she retained that dominance, you know. Yeah, because them have this policy from them did have the 49, you know. So them untouchable. And them bigger than Jamaica. The holiness them. Yeah. So even who round them, even for them own members. She bully them. She backs up holiness when she ready several times and no secret. Him know that too and him know no lie we I tell. Because remember, you know, one time she leave and go on a little where they call now rigmarole ride, you know. But she leave Jamaica and go outside of Jamaica. But she not tell Andrew, you know. And she surprised him early morning, return back. Come find the bulldozer. A box, Andrew get back to that. So the whole sinister everything is that the leader for the country is not a man that, you know, keep on the straight and the narrow. Him always branch off in all type of corruption and bangarang. Even in our own affair, private affair, which them can't come in a parliament. So as you rightfully said, on the bulldozer for apologize to she for what go on in a parliament. Yeah. Everybody remember that look, you know. Everybody remember that look in the height of them affair. You understand? This is which part the holiness them take with parliament to. Desecrate the parliament. So everything when Nikisha talk about, she 100% right. And, you know, 99% of Jamaican will back her in that regard. Yeah, because we want people strong like Nikisha, you know. We're not afraid to take it to the holiness them. Yeah. So look who them send out now. Tree droopy. A tree droopy, you know. Because when you have Juliet Cuthbert Flynn at Leeds foot, you have Flavor Williams. Yeah. When I no vice. You understand? And then you have the bulldozer. Where them there go? Them not going away. And them send out, you know, for come run out now, for come ask for apology. Remember, Cuthbert Flynn not no sense, you know. She not have no sense. She got Jubilee Hospital to go hand over basket of goodies to her mother. Yeah. But when she got there, she don't realize it's a, mother of underage consequence. Yeah. And what she do? Instead of investigating the little girl's circumstance, because the little girl at 14, So she get pregnant from she at 13. Instead of she investigate the circumstance of this minor to find out who get her pregnant and for pursue justice. Because a pedophile case that she make the most out of a bad situation. Yeah. And when time we put her in her place, she shame like an old dog. Now Flavor can't talk, And Flavor should have remember what the speaker do her in a parliament. Shame her like a old shame a maca. Yeah. Tell her she feel drink all water. So that is a command. Because Flavor Williams a big woman to know if she want water or not, Juliet not supposed to tell Flavor she drink water. But she tell her that. And that is a breach of person's rights. Because like you dictate to them. Well, we know the wholeness them a dictator. Yeah. But we are make them know say them not big on Jamaica, And all the folly grounds where them stand up on, it have a crumble under them foot. You understand? And the time is coming. Everything is happening to the wholeness them now. The mojo not exist again, It tainted and it erased right now. Yeah. So my Jamaican people now have to look around the corner, kind of far before them fall, Them fall in 2026. Remember, Andrew can't take away about for coming way, Because you see, as of next month, he may have a problem again with the Integrity Commission because him cannot be certified. So that still hang over him head. Plus him have Paul Buchanan thing a come up. Him not sleeping well. Me can't tell anybody that Andrew not sleeping well. I have never seen another prime minister in Jamaica will carry so much controversy. Everywhere him go. James Robertson tell you say the man a shamble up on him yard where him live, man. Him one party member, I like that, So Nikisha Burchell was very, very, in her own rights, if you say what she said. And she not tell no lie. Yeah, that problem exists. Yeah. The way she treat Andrew in the big mansion, she bring it come a parliament. She box him up regular. She angle him like dog. Regular. And she bring it in a parliament because she's the dominant force within the holiness household. She the man, Yeah, man, and she push Andrew, man. Right now, all the things that Andrew do is a result of she in her life. Yeah? Because she love money, my Jamaican people. And it look like as a woman, she love them type of corruption dealing there. They not like nothing fair and transparent around them life. Right now, up where them living up. Everybody laugh after them up there, because everybody know them business. Them not nothing private. Up at Beverly Hills, them laugh after him because number one, him is a ghetto boy. Come up there, so them people are not like that. You understand? I remember he's not a businessman, He's just a politician. Yeah? So he's just a lunatic amongst the elite them up at Beverly Hills. Yeah? So we know the circumstances around him, Him in a pool where him not supposed to swim. Only supposed to live anywhere along Mullines Road. You and then round at them place. Him not supposed to up on the hill. Don't. Him desecrate up there too. Because I'm a known criminal who live up there. Where every day him name call. And people beat him on the agenda, the criminality style where him have. The wealth where him get it from. Within that short space of time, all these things people talk about. So nobody is in favor of the holiness them. What the holiness them have done to Jamaica is taking away everything that the people are supposed to get and take it for themselves. Yeah, earlier on, I pop in and I hear Sir Byron I deal that thing. The money where the old people have to get, the man take it, sit down on it. You can't deprive mentally ill people, disabled people, and senior people who are up in that age. A little small $20,000.
Come on, man.
Eh? That's an evilness, brother. And then you look at the things that may come from overseas for the Melissa relief package them to get to the people. All the while me talk about this, me have to remember the pilot and them daughter, them people that lose them life in vain. Because right now, holding is still sit down on the goods. We see a truckload one Chinaman can go up a sniffy yard. Where that never seen in a Jamaica Chinaman a go a politician yard. It show you, say, the Chinese them well above the native. That's them can carry van load of thing go a politician yard. So when we look for now in a Jamaica and what we see, we are say act of cruelty dish out to our people every day. Yeah. And all when time people make sacrifice and give the garbage, crime minister. Yeah, when do? Him still take it for himself. Now we hear my draft for a lunatic for can't come and add pen. Lunatic like I said Google Gaga. Remember the man that can't talk, you know? The man that talk like baby. Him can't put two words together. So how him a go at pen? Oh, look like a be a soldier run up there, so. Cause Alvin Gale come from the army, you know.
Alright.
Google Gaga come from the army. Yeah. And you have all guy like Rocky Mead. And then the army man when they in at the office where Andrew there. Him there beside Andrew. So Jamaican know say it's a military thing the guy run, man. A military organization the guy have run him, you know. Guy is a dictator. So move away from the original concept of governance as it relates to our society being a democratic society where we preserve the rights to democracy. He might deal with dictatorship now. So you know, so I'm going down the communism line. Me never know Labour Party could have pursued the line of communism. Eh? And that's what the guy think there. Because what we want to try to do is create an environment where him can sustain him criminality. So when they move along this line of dictatorship, we have all the army around him and the police them. That's why we don't pursue presidential thing. Yeah?
Right. Use another minute to wrap up. Use another minute to wrap up.
That's why I want to, you know, bring in the republic thing in the country so we can have a president now where, you know, protect him, the garbage. Yeah? Because him going to become the president, you know. Protect himself. Yeah? So we can't allow this guy to continue like this. And me I say, kudos to Nikisha Burchell to come out and put a stop sign in front of size 14. Yeah, no apology. I yield back the floor, Sir Lord Byron.
All right, blessing with that. Blessing, blessing, blessing. Jamaica, I am going to show you something. When I did the research, and I got the result of the research, and that is one of the reasons why I am appealing again to mainstream media. I am saying what happened to investigative journalism. Let me, before we get into that, let me just take a call from Sister Winnie. Yes, Sister Winnie, you're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead, my sister.
Good afternoon, Mr. Byron.
Good afternoon, my dear.
And to your handsome dad and Mr. Melton Pot. You're looking good, man. Good.
All right.
When I come to London, I hope to come and see you here.
Hey.
And your family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know, he's a nice-looking gentleman.
All right.
Your dad is a star. You should make him say hello to you sometime.
Okay. All right.
Couldn't you get in touch with BBC or ITN or the other station in the UK and see if you could talk to them personally and let them know what is going on in Britain, in Jamaica?
All right, very good question, and I like that question. The thing what we are doing.
We can talk until the moons come home. Andrew ain't going to change until he gets some international pressure. the West Indies, the other West Indian island don't want nothing to do with him because he brings shame to the West Indies, even though it's not their country, but it's a shame to know that you got all that millions and you put it at one side to able to take off when you feel like to help your wife and your other people. That like what Rosalie talk about.
Yes.
Huh? Andrew is not good. Andrew is only there to get what they want more money for. What do they want any more money for? The poor people are suffering. Sorry about my voice. I'm a bad asthmatic. So that's sometimes my voice so.
Take your time, sister.
Andrew is only wicked to the people because they never vote for his party.
Extremely wicked.
You know, and he's got the money to do it, but no, you know what he's doing now? When, by the way, is Mr. Mark Golding going to take this to court, the Nara case?
I think they are contemplating it, right?
Contemplating, man. Nothing to do contemplating.
Yeah.
He must take it to court because even if we lost, at least we take it and let the people know that we are acting on their behalf. Because if Andrew get away with this, all the poor people, all the body bags he bring in to throw them in dig a big hole and throw them in, that's what's going to happen.
Well, I tell you something.
Devious, conniving snake in between the grass.
I tell you something.
It's not good for the people. And you need to go on international news with someone like you or Mr. Lonesome and all of get together and talk to someone from the BBC, a journalist like the Daily Mail, the Times, the Daily Graph. Something got to be done with Andrew. He's getting away with too much murder. Murder, in effect, he can do as he like, and no one can touch him. He's untouchable.
But let me say this.
Right now, if you go to Jamaica with your phone, do you know they can lock your phone down that you cannot get in it because you criticize him? Did you know that?
You ever know that the Pegasus is out? You know that the Pegasus is out there?
She went to Jamaica and she couldn't use her phone. Her phone was locked down until she come back to the country. She's staying.
Yeah, we know that the Pegasus is quite active.
Phone. It's getting too bad, man. Andrew is doing too bad. Something got to be done. If I didn't know how to get in touch with BBC or ITN or, the Daily Mail, the Telegraph out there, Mr. Merton Pat is living out. He can get in touch with them and see something to be done. Get a one-to-one interview.
The BBC know about everything already, Miss Minnie. BBC show clippings of lots of things in Jamaica. BBC already aware of everything going on in Jamaica. It's just that they cannot just act in that regard, It have to go through the government, and go into Parliament, and then, Parliament now have to convene, in the UK, and then them can come up with some formula, what they want to dish out at that guy. But the BBC aware, and a lot of media house know how Jamaica is running on a day-to-day basis. Them know the Prime Minister can have 35 million.
Something got to be done with Andrew. He's getting away too much. Can you imagine nearly 3 million people living in Jamaica? And this young man, Marvin, put out a petition, and I don't think he even get 100,000.
Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared of the government.
All right, sister.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me just take this other caller. Yes, caller. You're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Bowler here.
Bowler, what go on? Talk to us.
Why me there, man? Me just want some confirmation.
Yeah.
You see a thing earlier.
Yes.
I wonder if the bomb threat was the back threat.
More than likely, Bowler. More than likely.
Hold on, Bowler. You know definitely say the bomb threat was the box threat. You know that. You know that. You know that. But me like how you tease it up. Me like how you tease it up. Me like how you tease it up.
Whenever they hear them something, I never know say Juliet and box down people.
Oh yeah, a regular thing that man. A simple thing for Juliet. Man.
Yo, we say what they have their ways in here. I'm in it today and in it now. We have to call it out about.
Yeah man, a simple one. A simple one. Blessing, a simple one too that Juliet. A simple one too that. All right. All right. Jamaica. Right. Me could just ease off the card for a bit because particularly on this subject matter that we want to break some serious things. Right. We have roughly about 3, you understand, breaking investigation here, so that we want to deliver out there. So we want to get under the first one, right, as it relates to what the Prime Minister said. And when I done a particular deep dive, Jamaica, you're going to shock. And let me say something, because after playing this, I want to speak on the petition versus Magnitsky Act, right? And I would like for people to be aware, because again, when time, you know, if certain things that people are going to believe in because they don't have the adequate information, and when things don't happen in that regards, then they feel disappointed, right? I cannot be one of those who are going to just pump you up, and I know that, guess what? That is not the way how to really deal with that. Before I get into this, right, now one has to understand the reason for the Magnitsky, right? The Magnitsky can intervene internationally. I want to talk to people about something before I get into this topic, right? And let me say this, I am not trying to burst anyone's bubbles, right? But I'm speaking as it relates to facts. And you can consult a lawyer, and a lawyer will tell you the same thing. And as a matter of fact, you can Google it, right? There is no way, let me say this, there is no way an elected government can be removed from office via a petition. Cannot be done. Any lawyer will tell you that. The Constitution will tell you that. It cannot be done. There is no petition, none whatsoever, that can remove a government from parliament, a government who is elected. Okay, what are the ways where a government can be removed? Number one, a government can remove via a general election where people voted out the government. Number two, a government can be removed by a vote of no confidence. Simply means that the parliamentarians decided that, okay, you know, we have as much as it relates to corruption with this government, and of course, we're going to use a 2/3 majority to get him out. Right? Or, in terms of the unusual circumstances where the people galvanize together and riot. So those are the 3 ways where the people galvanize together and riot. Right? Now, let me go back to a petition. What a petition will do, a petition in terms of what tried to be achieved in numbers as it relates to the petition, right, can trigger what we call a Magnitsky Act as it relates to what going against, right, the humanitarian crisis, where you might have the state killing people and the international body recognize that. and decided that, okay, we are going to put out some situation. All right, let me give you a perfect example. And this, I stay away from this subject now. I just didn't want to touch it because I know that people will feel disappointed. But I have to speak the truth, and the truth is the truth. Now, let me say this. If you notice what happened to Vladimir Putin, it is the same thing that happened with Vladimir Putin as it relates to the Magnitsky Act that United States used against Vladimir Putin for the killing of a journalist by the name of Madlinsky. Because the state killed Magnitsky as a result of his freedom of speech, it triggered a humanitarian crisis, and so then the Magnitsky Act was executed on Vladimir Putin. If Vladimir Putin, right, as it relates to travel to certain place, right, he will be arrested. Now, let us go back to another example as it relates to Israel Prime Minister. Israel Prime Minister cannot travel to certain place because the Magnitsky Act executed, and he will be arrested for war crime. So you have to understand the situation in terms of, right? And listen, if you think I'm joking, just consult a lawyer. Mystic Sensation have no plan in terms of stressing my people, building up their hopes, and I know very well, and I am not in that. Please, I am not in that. I don't want to put any additional stress on people, building them up, believing that something is going to happen, and I know very well that it can't happen. As a matter of fact, since I'm speaking right now, to show you, Google on your phone, right, the ways in which a government can be removed from office. And when you Google that, you will see the answers, and you will realize that what I'm saying to you, I am 100% correct. So I hope I settle that. Let us move on. Now, as it relates to, right, what I'm going to show you, the first bombshell. Unbelievable people. This is now what we are talking about as it relates to the Magnitsky Act. Need to be used against this government. If you remember at one point when Rattigan is saying, sign the Magnitsky Act, Ratty is going about it in the right way. The right way to hold the government accountable. You have to do this through the Magnitsky Act. It cannot be done otherwise, because the Magnitsky Act speaks about these breaches. So I hope people are listening, and I hope people learning. What am I going to show today is something that can trigger the Magnitsky Act. And let me say this, Jamaica. Rattigan, right, and others, right, including myself, gathering videos, right, to definitely report. So we are taking our time, acting behind the scenes. You know what? I don't want to speak out too much. But listen what I'm saying. There's the Magnitsky Act. The Magnitsky Act. And people, I need for you to go and research the Magnitsky Act, and you will see, okay, all right, Mystic Sensation is correct. The Magnitsky Act has the power to do that as it relates to human rights abuse. It was the very same reason why the Magnitsky Act was created, to deal with countries as it relates to human rights abuse. So I'm not going to sit here and pumping up and beefing up people for something that is not going to be achieved. Plain and simple. I am not that person. All right, and I'm glad I make it clear. Now, let us get into this to show you how serious, and of course, right, Ratigan and myself will also be addressing this, because this was, as I said, one of my research, right, where I completed yesterday. Jamaica, you're going to shock. Look at this. But before I do that, right, let me just put some background to what I am doing right now, right? Now, let me get into this. Okay, let me just play this, what Andrew Wallace is saying here, and I want you to listen to what he's saying here.
Jamaica has asked much of its police. We have asked you to confront gangs, remove illicit weapons from our streets, disrupt transnational criminal networks, protect communities, restore public order, manage traffic.
Let me just play it back. I want you to hear what the Prime Minister is saying. Because Jamaica, what I'm going to reveal is very serious.
Of its police. We have asked you to confront gangs, remove illicit weapons from our streets, disrupt transnational criminal networks, protect communities, restore public order, manage traffic, respond to domestic disputes, secure public events, investigate complex crimes, and increasingly serve as the visible face of the state in communities that have been traumatized. We have also invested in you. Over the last decade, the government has made sustained investment in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, in recruitment, mobility, intelligence, technology, training, infrastructure, equipment, and operational capacity. The JCF is now more capable than it has ever been in its over 150 years existence. My administration has more than tripled.
This is the thing with Andrew Ownless, the PR and the lies, that the JCF is more capable than any other administration. These are the lies and the statistics that what I am going to show now is going to shock Jamaica, to show you how this man is vicious and dangerous. It's all about PR. And at some point, this man just don't have any heart. Andrew Ownless, let me talk to you. PR cannot help your government in terms of the continuation of the lies that you're telling Jamaican people. Get it? At some point in time, they are going to recognize that you're lying. At some point in time, they are going to recognize it. What you are doing is evil. No, continue.
Triple the national budget and national security expenditure, particularly in capital works and in training.
Now, here it is where the Prime Minister is saying that under his administration, he tripled the budget. And so then to provide the force with proper equipment and better standard so that they can deliver service. This is what the Prime Minister is saying, you know. And yet, billions of dollars, as it relates to the Minister of National Security, unaccounted for. And here he is coming out telling people all these lies. Many police stations are so dilapidated. Come on, what are you doing? Police cannot get any body cameras, even although body cameras were budgeted for. What are you doing, Andrew Ownless? At some point in time, these things are going to catch up on you. So then if you are saying that it is your administration that spent, right, billions of dollars and no other administration has done that, why are we not seeing the value? Why are we not seeing the value? Police station needs fixing. Body cameras needed. Some of the policemen them need proper uniform. What? Look, what you're saying, you know what? Let me just continue, please.
Importantly, for the first time in the history of the JCF, the force has reached its full establishment of 40,000 officers. That means there are more police officers available to serve the Jamaican people today. It means more presence, more response capacity, more visibility, and more opportunity to prevent crime before it occurs. But it also means more interactions between police and citizens. And as interactions increase, the chance of an interaction going wrong also increases, unless standards, supervision, communication, and accountability increase at the same time. For those of you who are part of tactical operations of the JCF, you will immediately understand the term muscle memory. How do you get muscle memory? You train over and over and over and over and over and over and over again till you no longer have to think about an action. The steps to execute the action becomes natural. And that can only be done by training over and over and over and over and over again. And the instructors at the JCF know this. And they go through the training exercises with you over and over and over again, and they correct you. And then you practice on your own, and you keep doing it, and it becomes a part of it. Muscle memory can be bad, and it can be good, depending on the habits you use it to form. There are some habits which the JCF, at this point in your transformation, must pay special attention to eliminate from your practice and your doctrine. We have invested heavily in training the JCF. I speak without fear of contradiction that the JCF has the most advanced tactical teams in this region. There is no question about it.
Now, Jamaica, when you listen to something like this, right, in terms of what the Prime Minister is saying here, right, the viciousness of the lies. Well, I'm going to bust his bubbles. And he speak about tactical training. Jamaica, what I'm going to show you now is disgusting. And I'm telling the Prime Minister plain that this report that we are preparing, right, we are going to send it to the relevant source, because you cannot be killing so many Jamaican people. You say they spend billions of dollars in giving them proper training, tactical training. What I'm going to show Jamaica now, Jamaica is going to wake up to see the disgust. And then I realize that, okay, here it is. Based on the evidence of my research, the crime figure that you're reporting, you understand that you lower crime and you lower the murder rate. Again, this show you that you were lying. What I'm going to show you, it cannot be disputed. Facts, empirical evidence cannot be disputed. Jamaica, based on the killings of, our Jamaican citizens and a lot of them that we have seen, that we have witnessed, extrajudicial killing as it relates to how we look at it in terms of our observation. And I did a research and I said, you know what? Let me be fair and transparent in terms of the research. So I researched the Portia Simpson administration between 2012 and 2015. I didn't go 2016 with Portia because Portia Simpson only served 2 months, right, and came out February. And I want to be fair. And remember that we are still in 2026 with Andrew Holness, right? And I count 2026 because as partially an entire year. But remember that the year has not completed. Jamaica, the crisis. We have to sensitize international media. We're going to have to generate a report. Because what Andrew Holness and Horace Strong have been doing, we have to call it, we are wondering if this is what we call a covert genocide. Jamaica people, I want you to listen to me. I'm going to show you the evidence. Is there a covert genocide happening as it relates to Andrew Holness' administration? What happened to de-escalation training? We have seen how Buju killed and many other people killed. Is there a death squad in the Jamaica Constabulary Force? Jamaica, look at this evidence. We are going to pull up the Portia Simpson entire administration between 2012 to 2015, and we target police killings. Police killings. This have nothing to do with the regular, right, murder rate. Police killings only. Jamaica, look at this. Let us go on a Portia Simpson time. Look at this. Let us show the evidence here. Let us big up this. This have to be reported. Here it is. Between 2012 Jamaica and 2015 that encompass Portia Simpson administration. As I said, I'm not going to put in January and February because Portia came out February. A total of 759 people were killed by police in Jamaica during Portia Simpson time. I want to show you something as it relates to the years, right, leading up to Portia Simpson gimmick office, and show you how Portia Simpson had taken it down and was serious as it relates to police killings. That Portia Simpson administration had taken it down. Right now, look, here it is, 2012, 219 people were killed immediately as it relates to that year when Portia Simpson went in. In 2013, it extended to 258 people now that killed. But look at this now. Portia Simpson administration, right, was managed to take it down. 2014, it was only 115 people killed. Now in 2015, it was only 101 people killed. 101 people killed. So what it shows you as it relates to Portia Simpson administration, that Portia Simpson policies was reducing police killings. And remember, many of these killings, right, I should be more measurable in saying some of these killings are extrajudicial killings. Now let me take this away, Jamaica people. Now, remember, Portia Simpson partially served 5 years. Now, look at Andrew Holness 10 years. So remember, I could go back up here. Total, melting pot, write this down. The total under Portia Simpson, 759 people between 2012 to 2015. And as we said, we are not going to have January and February in that because, you know, Portia Simpson demits office in February. Now, let us take away this. Jamaica, no, this is very, very serious in terms of what we are discovering here. This is unbelievable. So no matter what Andrew Wallace coming out and say, you can't go around the statistics. You cannot go around the statistics, Andrew Wallace. No matter what you are saying, you can't go around the statistics. So we are asking you before we present the document, is it that your administration dealing with what? Covert genocide in Jamaica? Look at this, Jamaican people. Look at this. We now make up this. We are not making up this. Look at this. Here it is, people. Between 2016 and Jones' administration and the end of 2025, as I said, I am going to be fair to him, I am not putting in 2026. And remember that 2026, right? From the month start until now, a lot of police killing. 2026 is not into this. Between 2016, Andrew Wallace, I want you to look at this, Andrew Wallace. I want every Jamaica, woman abroad, look at this. Between 2016 and the end of 2025, not put in 2026, just as I did not put in 2016 into Portia, just to be fair and balanced. And watch this. Between 2016 and the end of 2025, security force, including the Jamaica Constable Force and the Jamaica Defense Force, shot and killed approximately 1,650 people in Jamaica. Mighty God. According to data reported by the Independent Commission of Investigation, INDECOM, it is INDECOM reporting this, and Regional Human Rights Organization, both INDECOM and Regional Human Rights Organization. The annual breakdown of death shows a significant upward trend in recent years under Andrew Holness administration. Look at this. 2016 to 2022, approximately 1,000 fatal shooting. What's this now? 2023, 155 people killed by police. 2024, 189 people killed by police. 2025, 311 people killed. So what this goes to show you, as it relates to the trend, 23, 24, and 25, there's an upward trend as a result of what Andrew Holness and Oristram told the police them to do. Now watch this now. If you are including the first 4 months of 2026, the total number increased by over 113 individuals, as INDECOM noted an alarming surge in police-involved fatalities during that period. And so if you put that 113 on this, you're talking about 1,700 odd people killed. Now think of that. Let me take this away, Jamaica people. Think of that. The entire, slaughtering is over 200% of Portia Simpson. Look what we are saying here. Right? This is extremely dangerous. And to show you again the viciousness of Andrew Holness administration as it relates to the Firearm Act, where toy guns can now be deemed as a lethal barrel weapon. I don't know how that can happen. And you can get now 15 years in prison, mandatory sentence for a little boy playing with a toy gun. Where in the entire Caribbean basin, apart from Jamaica, that happened? In the United States, as it relates to their constitutional law, that every United States citizen, I think it is the second amendment, don't quote me on it, giving the fundamental rights of every citizen in the United States to bear arms. And here in Jamaica. So Andrew Wallace is saying to us, Jamaican people don't need no privilege. Uno come, uno dep on the slave plantation, and me a tie you up, me a put the shackles on you, and me a bangle you up. You understand? Uno no deserve no privilege. Uno can't get no privilege like first world country. Uno a slave, and me have to treat uno like slave. Uno children cannot have no playtime. You tell me, Jamaica. You tell me, and we sit and allow Andrew Wallace to continue. More bombshell left to come out. Let me just have Melting Pot respond to this. Melting Pot.
Well, I mean, the figures reveal. The figures reveal.
What is the Melting? What is the Melting Pot? Let me just take this caller and the middle slitting. Just what it there. Yes, caller. Mystic Sensation. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. You're live?
Yes, I'm alive.
All right, come here. You know.
Yes.
Well, I listened to Melting Pot a while ago.
Yes.
I'm still on a week and I think about it since him announced Google Gaga, right?
Yes.
And I'm saying, as I said last year on one of your programs, and you always praise him for transformation, for transforming the Jamaican Constabulary Force.
Yes.
What Andrew meant when he said that he transformed the police force was to militarize
the police force. All right, here we go.
Put them in military fatigue.
Yes.
And I said on your program last year that Andrew was busy putting in the structure, the infrastructure for dictatorship.
Perfectly right.
New helicopters. He bought new helicopters to the Jamaica Defense Force. He went again and he talked about expanding the Jamaica Defense Force. He moved him from the army, bring him to the police force, made him advisor, make him a police force, and make him an ambassador. That man have no qualification to be an ambassador. I would like to know his formal education.
Well, Carla, hold on, Carla. All right.
Yeah.
After Melting Pot talk, you are going to stay and look on the live. You're going to see what I'm going to reveal about it because that is what I'm going to touch. So just stay.
Right. So here this now.
Yes.
Then him bring in meat, Rocky meat. Take him out of JD and give him big position there. This man is bent on making Jamaica a dictatorship.
Yes.
We are not far from Haiti. We are not far from Haiti. And your program is getting more serious and more serious every day.
Thank you.
You are linking this guy, and Jamaicans are not opening their eyes. But it took me a long time to say this. It took me a long time, and it hurt me to say. I just said a couple of times to my circle of friends, and they were shocked that I said it, but I can't take it no longer. Jamaica is one of the most illiterate islands in the Caribbean. The only two islands that are more illiterate than us is Belize and Haiti. I say it with regret, but I have to say it. With all this that is happening, think of it what you just said a while ago. We $1.44 billion left over, right? Another 116 million from Beryl.
Look at that.
Then we have $700 million again. That is over $2.2 billion. You know, the man could have used to start week of the hurricane. Him talking about building bases for these container homes. How long it take you build a base? If you're going to put the carrying container homes, as you say, start building bases over there and put them on funny. He's not using no money to build no container homes. He's waiting to get the people to donate them to it, so he can take the money.
Exactly. That's what he's doing.
You understand? You have some mistake.
Yes.
So, you have to keep it going. Keep it going, man. Keep
Thank
it
you.
another day. So you know you'll find it time to do the research. To do the research and these guys, what was their occupation? What business did they run before they enter politics? And how much money they work for? Yes? So keep the fire going, sir. But
Thank
I
you.
listen to you. I want you to bring out the man formal education.
Yes, man. I'm going to bust in bubbles as soon as melting pot stop.
Yes, man.
All right.
Busting bubble, man.
Busting bubbles. Okay.
Because I ain't cousin Joe, you know. I ain't cousin Joe.
Yeah, we know that.
He not trust nobody. He not trust nobody to keep the money.
Yes.
Right? The man can put 2 sentences together, man. You make him ambassador.
Yeah.
We can't get up a statement, man.
Yeah, man. We are going to.
Those are the structures of dictatorship.
Exactly. You're perfectly right, sir.
All right, stick.
All right, blessings. Yes, as what the caller said, people stick and stay because we have the evidence as it relates to Google Gaga. Hold on there, Milton Blood. Yes, caller, Mystic Sensation, go ahead. Yes, blessing.
Yeah, man.
Bowler, yes. Shoot.
The topic we just mentioned those damning numbers that you put up. I didn't even know that, but those are very alarming numbers.
Yes.
I will say this: if those numbers continue in the trajectory that it is, we're going to see 1,000 people between 2025, 2026, and 2027 under this administration. The police alone will be analyzed over 1,000 people in that 3-year period, because they are on course to analyze a person a day in this year or even more. You understand? Them on course to pass that 311 from last year.
All right, but Bolo, what is significantly serious about this conversation? You're okay as it relates to the crime figure that he claimed that he brought down murder rate to whatever he claimed that he brought down murder rate. Now I am asking a question, Bolo, and I know you are going to ask that question. Now, as it relates to these police who committed extrajudicial killings, right? Which category those killings will be put in? Because if those categories to be put in as it relates to police found guilty in court of extrajudicial killings, then the murder rate that he announced cannot be.
That's it. That's a key thing right there.
Okay.
I don't think they even adjust that figure.
Exactly.
When it comes to that, and that is a serious problem.
That's a very serious problem.
That's what I wanted to point out. It's very alarming, and
yeah.
if the people now rise up and tell them it's not gonna be pretty, and a lot of your sons and daughters is not gonna be that. All they're gonna say is, "Oh, they're criminals."
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and that's the end of it.
All right.
Big up.
Blessings. Yes, caller. All right. I'm taking the last call because I have to allow Melting Pot to say his piece. And then after the Nara, right, I will ask, because we're going to get into the Nara situation and I want people to call in then. But let me allow Melting Pot to say his piece. I don't want to take up too much of Melting Pot time. Melting Pot, go ahead.
Yes, in regards to the numbers that we are looking at, yeah, as it relates to Portia Simpson number and you compare to Andrew number, Andrew is operating twice the size or the numbers our Portia Simpson accumulate. You 100%. Understand? I mean, the trajectory in recent time, it show an upturn, like about a 50% increase in Andrew Wallace police them killing. You understand? In recent time, the last 2 years. because here it is, yeah, between 2016 and 22, them accumulate 1,000, yeah, but 2023, you have 155, 2024, you have 189, 2025, it jumped to 311, and it currently there near 200 now, and we're just
It's
in the 5th
crazy.
month. So it shows you at high level of trajectory in terms of the increase in the number of fatality in the current scheme of thing by the Andrew Holness police. And I'm going to tell the Jamaican people why that has become the norm. You have a death squad within the GSCF, and the death squad is licensed to kill. Them are 007, led by Richard Stewart. You understand? And they have been going around and carrying out extrajudicial killing innocent people, because their way of policing is to kill, not to arrest, because they are the death squad, you know. So you're not going, tone it down, take away the glamour off of the name death squad. Yeah, they might keep the glamour upon the name death squad. So when you hear say the death squad are come, you have to take away yourself. It's a fear factor. Yeah. How did Andrew Holness, Dr. Crab, and Google to allow a death squad to emerge within the JCF? The only reason why they allow that is because they constitute that Richard Stewart can't form a death squad for the morning. Him can't do it. He might forget, go ahead. They don't see him get reward. Remember, him are the deputy commissioner, the deputy commissioner of police. Him in charge of crime. Him take over Crutches Bully. Yeah, Fitzbailey position. Him take it over. So him well promoted for the work we do, because Andrew like to reward people. Just like how you see him reward Gladstone Brown. Yeah, aka Gladstone Green. You understand? Him do this thing. When you work for Andrew, you must get promotion, And that is why Richard Stewart retrained there. But this is just telling everyone, yeah, that there's a systemic problem within the government of the day. And the systemic problem with the government have is that them don't have no love for the black people. Because there's no way you can allow your force to kill so much over that period of time. Now, you're talking about Portia Simpson between 2012 and 2015, 759. Andrew between 2026 and 2025, 1,650. Twice the amount. Twice the amount. So that is the problem. And Jamaican have to realize, well then, only not safe under this guy administration. The denim thing when bring in, when change over the police uniform, I don't know what was the reason for that. In our economy, when I strive with the country under pressure, country borrow, why you change, why you start to change the police uniform? It's because him just wanted to look like the Israel police. Because him go along at Israel and him like what him see with them. And that's why him bring the counterpart to come train the youth them. But me hear me say the best the force has been in terms of everything. Yeah, performance and equipment. But where is the body camera? Where is the body camera if it's well equipped? And in terms of performance, where is the arresting? Why the force is making mistake with warrant and killing innocent people when them name not upon the warrant? So something is wrong fundamentally with the police force. And the reason for that is because we have three stooges in charge of crime in Jamaica. Yeah. Rather than minimizing crime, they are fighting crime. No, there is no mechanism in place to fight crime, You have to prevent crime. If you fight crime, you're going to escalate crime. Because who you fight against, have to find a way to combat your threat, So they're going to continue to fight. But if you put in social intervention program for stem the problem from the root, over a 5 to 10 year period, you minimize crime to an acceptable rate in a society, because we will never get rid of crime 100%, but you can minimize it. But it needs better planning, yeah, and it needs better infrastructure, and it needs better system as it relates to the justice system. When you have a justice system working in tandem, yeah, with the hierarchies in charge of crime, but working in a capacity that is transparent, then crime will solve, you know. Them police couldn't have kill like how we see them a kill pan video and a get wet. Them would have get, you know, them would have get charged for murder a long time and taken off of the street. Richard Stewart could never be there in that position using his office to carry out extrajudicial killing by having a death squad going around shooting people. Him couldn't do that. And them know about it, you know. Them hear we talk about it and them know it's true. Did Andrew do anything about it? Andrew not do nothing about it as the Prime Minister. Because right now we can't even talk about the deputy, you know. The deputy Prime Minister, man, and nobody, you know. He's just a criminal, he's just a gang monster. You understand? Because him not exist as far as me concerned. And in poor aspect of how him carry himself and conduct himself, him should never be in charge of national security in the country. That ministry need a new member in it to go in there, shake it up the right way. Crab can't be the man for that, you know. Crab a criminal. Yeah? So Crab for go, Andrew for go, and the commissioner where we have now, him need to go as well. And the three of them make it reach where it reach, man. That's why I see the three of them work in tandem, you know. You notice, as one make a speech, the next one make one, and the other one come out. This is how them working. And as the caller rightfully said, dictatorship that Jamaica under disguise. That is why we see so many people leaving the army and entering into politics, into government affairs. That is unbelievable. These people don't have no knowledge of running nothing in terms of dealing with the massive. Yeah? They are just army personnel. You don't recruit people from the army into government unless it's into security. Yeah? And these people are going into adpen, yeah, and other sensitive era. In the case of Rocky Mead, him there in the Prime Minister office, you know. Him there around Nepal and all them things with the Prime Minister, you know. What's the reason for that? No, you draw back for Gugu Gaga. Remember, him had done said from long time, and I said that people don't know say that baby can't talk good. Yeah, and we're not discriminating because we are trying to make him look bad in the sense of things. No, he make himself look bad. We have seen him on several occasions doing press conference. Yeah, and him can't say 2 words. Him can't put 2 words together. Him don't make sense when him talk. So I don't know if him have, you know, statistical, you know, thing about him now where him can go deal with the numbers in a hard pen. Because most young numbers Andrew bring him back for. Can't bring him back for nothing. It's a damn disgrace, Andrew. Yeah, this man you have given him too much privilege. Yeah. You have given him commissioner. Then you give him ambassadorial duty. Now you bring him back in a discapacity, in an era. I yield back the floor to you, Sir Lord Byron. This bad man. This bad.
All right. Blessing. Well, Jamaica, we heard Andrew Holness, right, stated that 85 applicants were processed. And I tell you that Gugu Gaga was so brilliant, that he was the one the team had to select, and he has nothing to do with it. Jamaica. Who Andrew Holness telling that? Andrew Holness let me give you a reminder of your behavior. You remember that you force members of parliament, right, to sign pre-resignation letter. You don't remember? Do you remember that you do these things? Do you remember that you bullerize them? Do you remember that you try to bungle them and hold them? To say that if they don't do what you want, in either voting on a bill or don't vote, right? You sign, you have them sign a pre-resignation letter. You remember that you do that? So let me remind you. So when you're coming out and telling us that I have nothing to do with it, let me remind you again. Let me remind you. Do you understand as it relates to what you did with the Integrity Commission investigators? Oh, you forgot Section 53, subsection 3, the muzzling clause, muzzling them. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that I tried to manhandle Malawi Fort, right? To put in policies manipulating our constitution, and it is lucky that Mark Golin skimming through, finding out the derricks. Do you remember all these things? But I'm going to bust a bubble today. Now, Jamaican people, look at this. Look, we go through, because the document, you understand, I found it. Now watch this. Let us, before we get to that document, let us just build up the story. Just hold on. Hold on, Jamaican people. We don't want to see it, you know. Hold on there. Hold on there. Look here, him out. Look here, him out. Let us hear out this dictator, this liar. Let me tell you something. Google Gaga can't save you. And Geico Lizard that you put at FID, your control can't save you. And remember, who is the person held to select Google Gaga? Who is the person? Your cabinet permanent secretary, Audrey Sewell. Audrey Sewell. Where you put Audrey Sewell through various ministries, and all the ministries that you put Audrey Sewell through, prayer in Audrey Sewell becomes cabinet ministry. Billions of dollars every ministry that Audrey Sewell run permanent secretary for you. Billions of dollars. Let me remind you something. You remember the first set of investigation as it relates to Gavin? And when you were a Minister of Education, you influenced several contracts going to Gavin. Who was the permanent secretary? Who was the permanent secretary? Audrey Sewell. Audrey Sewell. So Audrey Sewell is the voice, your voice, and that to ensure. Look, listen, your corruption is so clear. You and Jones can't hide no form of corruption for nobody. Everybody know that you are corrupted and evil. Me only show you, and I show Jamaican people. Now listen to you now. Listen what you say now.
Minister who appoints the CEO. So there are different methodologies of appointing CEOs. Depending on the structure that is employed. It is not unusual for the appointment to be from the Prime Minister for certain entities. No, there are some entities that the Governor General appoints. But it's not unusual for the Prime Minister to, or the minister in charge of the ministry to appoint. I want to be clear that the post of CEO for NARA was internationally advertised. Internationally. We got several dozen applications, many of them from all over the world. We appointed a very high-level interview panel, review committee. I don't have the members who are on it, but
don't say that you don't have the members on it. You know that Audrey Sewell is on it. And Audrey Sewell is your eyes. Audrey Sewell is your cabinet secretary. And she is responsible for all permanent secretaries in your administration. Don't tell people any lie. Audrey Sewell is what you are using to give your key to our treasury and access to taxpayers' money. Audrey Sewell is what you are using, is who you are using to robbing Jamaicans. Audrey Sewell need to be tried, and if found guilty, go to prison with you. Audrey Sewell need to answer for the trillions of dollars unaccounted for. Who you think you can fool? It is Audrey Sewell that you are going to use to select Gugu Gaga. Okay.
I know I should probably say it, just to be clear, the cabinet secretary, my recollection, the head of the Port Authority.
Okay, someone remind you. So you're talking now, the cabinet secretary, my recollection. Somebody in there remind you. Yes, Audrey Sewell. Audrey Sewell. Remember, let me remind you something. And you're drawn to Audrey Sewell because the history of criminality. You know that Audrey Sewell's father, right, killed the first permanent secretary in Jamaica. You know that. You know that Audrey Sewell's father killed the first permanent secretary in Jamaica. And at the time, Audrey Sewell, right, was working within that same organization. But yet, these are the people who you love and centers around to appease your criminality.
Professor Gordon Shirley, who also is the chair of our Police Services Commission, the head of the Transformation Implementation Unit, the TIU, was also a member, and a few other persons.
All right, and all of these persons that you are, all of these settings that you are identifying, they are all Jamaican Labour Party operatives, right? And obviously, they are going to deliver the cake to you. I don't want to hear no more of you. Let me take you off because I know the people that don't like, I don't want to hear you neither, I know. So, let me just stop share this and take you off. Too much of you. Me want good on now in the bangarang. And in the bangarang, me I go. Right? Make me good on in the bangarang. Yes. Yes, now, Andrew. It's ready for you on the bangarang. Where you have Gugu Gaga. Right? Who doesn't fit the requirement. And yet, Gugu Gaga had gotten a job. Well, me I go show Jamaica and expose it. Me I go show Jamaica. I am going to show Jamaica as it relates to, right, the requirement to be the CEO of NARA. And I am going to match up Gugu Gaga CV and show the entire world that Gugu Gaga doesn't have the qualification, fail in every aspect, doesn't have the qualification, doesn't have it. The requirement clearly states that he has to have financial experience, economic experience, And Gogo Gaga has no qualification in those regards. Jamaica, look at the wickedness. Look at this. Look at this, Jamaica. Look at this. First, let me just play this in terms of how Mark Golin, right, back him up, right? The opposition back him up asking these questions. Now let us show in terms of what the opposition is asking before we get to that. We are busting bubbles. Did he apply? PNP raises question over Anderson's narrow apartment because indeed he doesn't have the qualification, people. Zero. Doesn't have the qualification. Now, here it is. Kingston, Jamaica, the opposition People's National Party is calling on the government to disclose whether Ambassador Anthony Anderson applied for the post of Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority following his appointment by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. So then, if he did not apply, right, and then you now set the angle for him, you understand, to know Ed Nara, Andrew Holness, isn't that dictatorship? Isn't that dictatorship? And isn't that normalizing criminality? Isn't that normalizing criminality, Andrew Holness? Because you want your cousin, right, to cover up your crimes? And I'm going to show you that one of your mission, one of your motive is to also preserve Juliet Holness' properties, at least flat. One of the reasons for NARA is to protect Juliet Holness' properties, at least flat, and other properties that Juliet Holness own. Who you think you can fool? We have been investigating you. Now, in a statement shortly after the Wednesday morning announcement, the PNP said, this appointment raises serious question that the government must answer openly and without delay. In particular, the party wishes to know whether Major General Anderson applied for this position in the ordinary course of the initial recruitment exercise. So people, Tuesday a parliament, you don't know say it now go good. Me now go further in this, you know. But Tuesday in a parliament, and here what now, people, the Jamaica Labour Party is going to go around this, you know. Let me say this before them do it. They are not going to put it as a part of the business of the day. Yes, and they are not going to want for PNP to raise the matter, right, in Parliament. But I go bang around, you know. I go bang around. All right. We could just take this away. We could just take this away. And yet, let me come for you now. Let me come for you and show Jamaican people. Said, Gugu Gaga has no qualification in that regards. I mean, I go through the whole, you never know someone to find it. You never know that I would find it. I find it. I found it. Let me get tonight. You let me get tonight. And the people that know something no easy, you know. Hey, let me bring it up. Here it is. Profile leadership. Hold on. Let me show the people what me have. So in can't say I hit me have. Come here. Have here. See it, people. Job description, key competencies for the CEO, results-oriented change leadership. Hold on, let me show you. See it here, people. Chief Executive Officer, executive level full-time staff position. So see the evidence, DVEX. You understand? Me have it, Chief Executive Officer, right? Executive level full-time staff position, job description, right? Now, the key competencies for the CEO, result-oriented change leadership. The successful candidate must have exceptional leadership and management qualities so as to gain the confidence and trust of individuals, internal and external, to the GEF and its stakeholders. A mature and pragmatic doer. They must be able to both lead and empower cross-functional teams representing multiple stakeholders. The CEO will be someone who has deep experience in effective management skills with a track record of successfully tackling challenging transformational change in environments that are complex due to their broad structural, geographical, and cultural reach. What make you think say this morning? Me show the amount of police killing. And under that, remember that Google Gaga exit the force 2025, 2024, or 2025, right? And bear some of that, you understand? And we're in 2024, when Google Gaga exit the police force, the crime rate, and journalists, let me remind you, was in 1,400 and odd. We want people to go back and look familiar today. You think me I make you get to it? Hold on there. Let me take the caller. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead. Hello? Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mystic. How are you, my brother?
Good afternoon, my brother.
Listen, man, you hit the nail on the head when you start to elaborate on the qualifications that is needed for this position.
Yes.
One thing we know that this is not a job for a police officer. Okay? Number one, let me ask a question. You was removed from the police force as commissioner of police and given a portfolio to be ambassador for Jamaica to the United States. Why would anyone want to relinquish that portfolio to take up a management position with a management position that not only gives you less ability to advance yourself, but also creates more work and put you in a more peculiar situation? Because the job and the portfolio that NARA comes with is one that is going to make you highly visible. And there's no reason for anyone that is an ambassador to the United States to leave that position to take up a job of CEO of NARA. It just doesn't make sense. One thing we know about Google Gaga is that he was a police officer. He definitely, I can tell that he's lacked the intellect, he's lacked the business acumen,
yes,
of which he has no business experience. The man have a hard time articulating himself in any social or public situation.
That's true.
Right? He has never, to our knowledge, been in any corporate or business position of leadership. He's never been in any accounting position of leadership. The position of Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles could tell you that the position of NARA requires, apart from the requirement that you have outlined at the job, it requires, or it would best be suited for someone with some business acumen, business experience, accounting experience,
exactly,
and an experience of corporate management. So to take a man who was a police officer,
that don't make sense.
No business acumen. It makes no sense. That alone makes no sense. Forget the qualifications and forget all of the other business acumen. But take a police officer that has never been in a corporate setting or any business leadership setting and put him in charge of 2.8 trillion Jamaican taxpayer money. You gotta be out of your mind and asinine.
Asinine.
The idea of that alone does not make sense.
Repeat, caller, repeat what you just said.
You must know it don't make no sense, Mystic.
Repeat what you just said. Have to be out of your mind and asinine.
Listen, put everything else aside. You take a police officer with no business acumen or accounting experience and put him in charge of 2.8 trillion Jamaican dollar, taxpayer money. Does that make sense to you, my brother?
Can't.
Does that make sense to you? Because everything involving the job has to do with accounting, business, geography. How do you take a police officer who can't even articulate himself in the simplest of social settings and put him in charge of that kind of money, taxpayers' money, unless you have some ulterior motive for that $2.8 billion or $1 trillion that you are trying to confiscate? That's the only reason why you would do that. These things, it just don't add up. 1 plus 1 is not 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. This don't add up. You want to ask the Prime Minister, how did the organization that he has, that he said the selective body, the organization that he used as a selective body, every one of those organizations, he has a hand in them.
All right.
Every one of those organizations, he has a hand in them, and a big hand in them.
All right, Carla.
How did they come to this decision?
Carla.
And you as an ambassador, why would you want to relinquish your position as an ambassador to the United States to go take up that position?
All right.
Why would you want to do that?
But Carla,
Right?
you what happened now? I want to stay in the class until I finish this, because this beefy, Please, I beg you do. You understand?
Yes.
Stay in the class until I finish this, because you are going to even get more serious. I mean, you go call back. Just let me just finish the piece here and make you see it. Because I'm going to bring up him CV too,
Yes.
And when you see him CV, you go laugh,
It don't make no sense, mistake.
All right.
The man
So
it
stay.
doesn't make sense. Go ahead, man.
All right.
I listen to you.
Blessings, my brother. All right. Just stay in the class.
Yes.
Come, you go call back. All right.
All right.
Now, Jamaica, as you hear my good friend Carl and what he's saying, must be asinine. But we could go into the beef, yeah? See? So, a mature and pragmatic duo, they must be able to both lead and empower cross-functional teams representing multiple stakeholders. The CEO will be someone who has deep experience in effective management skills with a track record of successfully tackling challenging transformational challenge in environments that are complex due to their broad structural, geographical, and cultural reach. And we showed you the evidence as it relates to Google Gaga being the Commissioner of Police, failed that mandate. At the time when he left, people need to Google it, right? Google Gaga, the murder rate was 1,400. So that's a big failure. Now, let us look multicultural and strategic breadth. The ideal candidate must have a global perspective with a deep understanding of complexities and quickly shifting global events. The selected candidate will leverage a passion for environmental issues in a development context to advance the agenda of the GEF. Reflecting the complexity of the pathways to change, the ideal candidate will have displayed patience, resilience, and flexibility in dealing with other people, cultures, legal systems, and regulatory environments, preferably in a spectrum of international settings. Google Gaga no have none of this. As an ambassador of the GEF partnership and a guardian of its reputation, the ideal candidate will have strong integrity and be comfortable defining and defending the key strategic priorities for the GEF agenda. Now we could go on influencing and interpersonal skills. The ideal candidate must possess strong communication capabilities. Google Gaga don't have that. Google Gaga cannot communicate it affluently, efficiently, right? He cannot communicate in a concise manner with solid clarity. As we say, him a Google Gaga. So him not have that. A self-reflective attitude and have a broad team orientation. They must have the ability to influence and work effectively with cross-functional executive. But we could come out of this. Right? We don't want to go on major duties and strategy development. We want to go in on him want to show you the competence level. Okay. Profile in a leadership now. Make us go down also. Now, see it here now. This is where now Andrew Holness now embarrass himself. And we want the People's National Party to take up this. That is one of the reasons why we are showing it. Now, watch this now. Profile of the leadership. Number one, proven success as a senior leader in a high-impact, non-profit, governmental, multilateral, academic, or private sector organization with global operations and reach. The first one, fail Gogo Gaga. The first item on the board, fail Gogo Gaga. Gogo Gaga no have that. Gogo Gaga has never been in a private setting organization. Never have that. The first one, fail Gogo Gaga right off of the bat. Let us go to the second item. Strong intellectual leadership based on deep knowledge and experience of environmental protection, development, finance, and their interrelationship. Gogo Gaga no have no experience as it relates to finance. This would be something, might be a job for might be a Ralston Iman. This would definitely be a job, might be for a Ralston Iman. This old piece of chip, you understand, now have no background in finance. Again, the second item, fail Gogo Gaga. Excellent leadership and interpersonal skills, ability to work with and lead professionals at all levels of the organization by empowering them to take risk and act courageously. You hear this? To take risk. So that now when the money get messed up, right, Andrew Holness now can overlook him. Listen what I say now. Remember about that. Excellent leadership and interpersonal skills, ability to work with and lead professionals at all levels of the organization by empowering them to take risk, and act courageously. Right? So if they spend $trillions on a project, and the project, you understand, don't work out, right? Those are some of the risks Andrew Holness is talking about. So then him now, being the ultimate power, can now make Gogo Gaga get off. You understand? And them take away the cash. Can you imagine? Look on this. Now watch this now. Excellent change management skills with demonstrated ability to lead an organization through transitions and increase relevance. Well, he was a part of the Jamaica Defense Force and a part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So I'm not going to say anything about that. Demonstrate integrity and flawless professional conduct, not Gogo Gaga. Demonstrate integrity and flawless professional conduct, not Gogo Gaga, in particular regarding the management of human and financial resources. Work collaboratively, accept responsibility, be inclusive, and motivate colleagues by creating a safe workplace for all where staff can innovate and thrive. Superior and proven communication, negotiation, and advocacy skills, being comfortable with public speaking, media, and decision makers at the highest level. Strategy and vision, track record of formulating innovative strategies for concept through funding and execution. Excellent communicator with demonstrating experience of influencing senior level government officials. The only senior government officials that Google can indeed influence is Andrew Holness administration. Both maintaining and increasing political buy-in and promotion of their organization importance and impact. International reputation and network in the field of economic development. Look at this paper. Gogo Gaga doesn't have this. International reputation and network in the field of economic development, including credibility and experience working in developing and emerging countries with a preference for experience working in environmental policy. Tell me which part Gogo Gaga do that. Andrew Holness, come talk to me. Tell me which part Gogo Gaga do that. and where Google Gaga get this job? Tell me. Strong understanding of environmental issues and multilateral environmental agreement, significant GF core teams, and the areas covered by its hosted environmental conditions. Experience in foregoing relationship with high-level government officials, GEF donor and recipient countries, forming and navigating diverse coalitions among government agencies, multilateral institutions, private sector entities, and civil society organizations. Watch this now. Proven track record in reporting to boards of directors and managing stakeholders' relationship and potential contentious issues. Demonstrated ability to remain informed of shifting political changes while providing clear and intentional direction to bring stakeholders together for a sustainable global environment. Now, all right. Make we look now. Strong understanding. Look here. No. That's why I said that this is more of a job like for Ralston Iman or, one of those persons who advance. Strong understanding of financial management. Google have no experience about financial management. Google, as it relates to university, have none whatsoever, including experience in managing budgets, financial planning, project control, and investment monitoring, being accountable for the financial results and performance and driving operation efficiency. Mighty God, me say Google no have none of that. People, all right, I'm going to stop share this paper and I'm going to show you Google Gaga CV now. Stop share. Close this out. Jamaica, I could go in a Google Gaga CV now. Watch this now. Yesterday bang around there. When you look at our people. Watch this now, Jamaican people. Papa Jesus. When you watch this now, people. Watch this now, people. Hold on. Why am I not getting share screen? Share screen. Okay, all right. Yes. Let me go in and Google Gaga CV itself now. When you watch now, people, when you come here, come look here. Come look on the embarrassment here. People, when you come quick, come look on the embarrassment here. Major General Anderson served as Jamaican First National Security Advisor and for 6 years as the Chief Defense Staff of the Jamaica Defense Force. Major General Anderson spent 2 years as the Deputy Chief of Defense Staff with responsibility for force strategy, future plans and development, coordination of the national security strategy, and the implementation of JDF strategic defense review. Anderson was Jamaica's first national security advisor to the Prime Minister, to Andrew Holness and Cabinet from December 2016 to March 2018, and Chief Defense Staff of the Jamaica Defense Force from October 2010 and November 2016. Now, when you come here, people, we could go in awards and honors. See ya, when you tell me now, people, when you look on the what list, what Andrew Holness are doing now, to be now. Honorary Doctor of Technology, University of Technology, Jamaica 2024. Queen's Platinum Jubilee Medal. Key to Broward Country, Florida 2020. Key to City of Lauderdale, Florida 2020. Induction in the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College International Hall of Fame 2017. Member of the Order of Distinction Commander Class 2012. Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal 2012. Peer Army Medal. Member of the Order of Distinction Officer Class 2009. Medal of Honor of Meritorious Service 2002. Where the qualification they what Google have. Sita paper, Jamaica, where the financial and economic experience for Google have. More Andrew Holness come show me now. Which party there? Right there. Where is any form of business administration? Right there. In economy, financial, right there, Andrew. Right there. So how Google can get the work? Stop share this. Now tell me Jamaica. Tell me now. How Google Gaga get the work? The Prime Minister came out. We are down through 110 and we zero in on 85 as it relates to those who are going to apply for the Chief Executive Officer. And we zero in on only 7. Then I saw Google Gaga brilliant. You know, I have no background in finance. None in our economy. Would like to see the other persons who apply to see their credentials. Now, the PNP have to get on top of this, you know. So may they show this. So the People's National Party can get on top of this, you know. Which part you have any financial experience, economic experience, any accounting experience, you know, have none of that. So tell me how you get the work. But I'm going to tell you now when time I'm going to tell you now why him get the work. After Melting Pot, I'm bring in Melting Pot. Come in, Pot. Talk to us.
Well, this is another Keisha Mark 2.0, you know. Because at the same thing with Keisha Mark, she never have no qualification and yes, we go on down and mobile. Yeah.
The same thing with Chopper John. The same thing with Chopper John.
Chopper John as well. When Andrew want rip off money, you know, from entities, you know. Yeah, what them do, them put unqualified, unpicked people, you know. Because we never hear about the process as it relates to this post that being advertised. The applicant submit them application. No. But it is so, you know, such of a coincidence that this guy, Google Gaga, keep getting some top job under Andrew Holness administration. So you want to tell me, say the baby where we see we can't talk, we can't speak. Brighter than people. Can't say it all. Did extend to people from overseas, you know, outside of Jamaica, you know. So after Google Gaga,
well, I'm take the caller out. Please, give me a minute. Yes, caller, you had Mystic Sensation.
Yeah, good evening, Mix.
Good.
I always lie down and watch you later, but I'm telling you that a good job, you know.
Blessings.
I'm just see you take out the man thing just go on. Them need to carry the Naira bill go court that.
Exactly.
Yeah, go through that man can't run it.
Exactly.
Shop thing that.
Man have no qualification.
Some current something them something can't run Naira.
Man have no qualification that.
That a big exposure mistake. How you find that? A bombshell listener.
Me find it, man. Anyway, them find it, man.
Well, you see the piece, you see where you take out the panel CD?
Yeah.
Bombshell that.
One Mystic Sensation. We find it, man, and one Melting Pot.
Need to carry this man to block the bill, you know. The bill can need to carry a court that.
Exactly.
But someone it will like money or leak where
yeah.
No accountability.
Juliet Owners they want to protect.
Alright, yeah, read something with qualification for the job there.
Yes.
They tell us, yes, the qualification for the job there. You need a CFO and a man with a civil engineering skill and then something there.
Yes, you have to have that.
Like financial skill. Financial and in civil engineer for a construction, you know.
Yes.
I mean reconstruction.
And he doesn't have any engineering skills. He doesn't have any. It mentioned it, you know. It mentioned it, you know. I just did not read it. I did not fully complete it. It mentioned that he has to have, I think, 10 years in civil engineering. It mentioned it.
So all right. Even, but I said, maybe if you choose all a man or Biles, maybe you know so bad in assets. Richard, the Biles will control BOJ, Bank of Jamaica, Governor Biles.
Yes.
You know say maybe that. You know, them the man there the man or even choose a man up you with the way we control in a financial or something or whatever. Even if Mr. King there, Damien King, the man there. Maybe he could have been one of the best economists. The man there. But this man afraid nothing for the CD that.
No.
Look like you got no university and there's some current something that can't do nothing.
Yeah, this is so
about you run too much, can't lie them and tell man and just pick the man and a child use. I see way like when I come in like with the FID something same way.
Exactly.
All them people with the
FID.
Exactly.
To me, worse than the FID.
No, this worse than the FID. This worse than the
Man,
FID.
not in a reputable university. I know that.
The man don't have no qualification in it at all.
So, man, it's such almost $3 trillion. I've made so good. We can't go outside. We only need to see this and take your quote. The bill has to go quote. We not rush nothing.
This serious, man.
We can't make that money go down the drain for them and them friend and crony. But that's why I'm set you up so enough. I know him, I'll give him friend.
Yeah.
You can't this or you can't that. That's why I'm putting all of them sitting there in there for say nobody now go hold up responsible if not this and that. So it need the bill can't go through that.
No. This is crazy. This is when we see people couldn't believe it. My head every ear in my head turn up.
Listen.
Yes.
This a bill now go straight to court.
Oh, what do you no, we can't look. This serious. The man don't have no financial experience and no engineering experience.
Yeah.
Right? Remember the requirement clearly stated, you know. The requirement clearly stated and he has none.
I bet some people, to me, come like us do this another thing, our international man, them they are used to, you know. Somebody will come from one of them top university there or whatever. We have fully for experience. But
exactly.
Cronyism, a skullduggery, them, man, the wrecky country will go down in a deeper precipice. Right
this goes to nepotism and cronyism, my brother. Strictly nepotism.
Yeah, man. Cronyism, nepotism. I mean, always. One thing we tune into the regular, you know, whole loans and the whole you know, done, and a whole for education we get from, you know.
Yes.
And, like on our Peter sledge, you know, that.
Blessings,
and
brother.
Some really good investigative thing, you know.
Blessings.
Good in respect on the man. For I want to save Jamaica, that.
All right, blessings, my brother.
I want to save Jamaica, man. I always call on the man.
All right.
I tell you.
Love it.
Michelle, this
blessings. This is more than bombshell. It's a earthquake.
Yeah,
tsunami.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. I'll put that spice, I'll put you up all this evening.
Blessings, my brother.
Yeah.
Blessings.
All right.
Bless.
This.
Yes. This crazy melting pot hit them.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, where we are looking, a man will not bring none of the requirement them to the table. Yeah. Him not have nothing to recommend him more than award. Yeah, award can run ad pay, you know.
Crazy.
Ad them need people with, you know, high skill tech as it relates to financing. Even the same, you know, certificate in civil engineering that requires as well. Exactly. Management, communication skill. Yeah. You must have all of them done and not have them there. You understand? Strong understanding of financial control. Google not have that. Him not have superior and proven communication skill and comfortable with speaking to the media in public. Him not have that, you know. Him not have no track record of formulating innovative strategies from concept through funding and execution. Him not have that. Yeah? And him no CEO material either. Because when you're a CEO, you know, you have to can lead from the top. And you have to make sure no say who you have around you, yeah, is in check and well balanced. Because you are the chief executive officer, CEO. So you have to run, but we don't know him have not like that because when he was commissioner for police, him couldn't lead the GSCF. The GSCF was rogue. Same way. And him not have nothing to say. So him don't bring nothing to the table. But what we know about Andrew Holness, yeah, as I said, we see Gugu Gaga keep being put in high position by Andrew Holness. Yeah. That must ring an alarm to the wider society. This man not qualify more than the average Jamaican to get this top job. Yeah? And we have to remember saying, no, him and Andrew are relatives. Him related to holiness. They are relatives. So this is nepotism and cronyism at its high peak. You understand? Google Gaga can't go, Andrew can't put Google Gaga in a ad pen for fail. Yeah, and get away with it. Anybody go in there and fail, misappropriate the funds, I go to prison. So there is no escape route for Andrew Holness and who he want to place there. Because this money, it now go like the trillion we're missing from the government ministry them. Yeah? These are people having high level of compassion for the Jamaican people them and send them money come get the crime minister. Yeah? And they want to put a lunatic for administrate at pen when from the outset Mark G, yeah, cause him talk about them swearing, you know. When them are swearing, so them want them and the opposition for work in tandem. But the first occasion when the government and the opposition for work in tandem, him shut down the opposition proposal. And the opposition proposal was to have a select committee, an independent one, yeah, that does all the scrutiny and involved with adpen day-to-day running. Where them keep record of what goes in and what comes out. Where them have record of where the distribution stuff go. Yeah? And how it's been distributed. Right? Him don't want that. So I don't know if you can bring Google Gaga. Yeah? Because as the caller said, why would Google Gaga leave the ambassadorial role in a United States and come back to serve in an ADPEM? There's only one motive for that. Corruption, theft, mismanagement of people donation. Yeah, that is the only reason why I'm bringing back, you know. Him can't cut a mustard seed, much less to go in an ADPEM. Andrew should be ashamed of himself. And if Andrew don't know that we have all the info, well, him have a next guest coming. Because see that, we just put out him CB and him CB no look nowhere. Challenging for the job where Andrew will have to give him up a ADPEM. Yeah? Andrew hold a job the fee, you know. Andrew hold the post for Google Gaga. There's no way Google Gaga can outdone anybody from overseas for this job here. Him can't outdone the local them. Yeah? But what is baffling me, it come back to Google Gaga. Top job. Andrew turn the man like the man is one of a brilliant mind. Eh? Academically brilliant. The man is a lunatic in can't talk.
Can you imagine?
And that's why if I feel in the journalism side of thing where I communicate to the media, them, you know. We see him fail already. And feel miserable. Yeah? And him now have no exceptional leadership and management about him either. Can feel as a commissioner of police. Yeah? Me see the man go get command. Yeah? 21 gun salute. You know, at 7 years for bus every time, you know. At 13, the man make the man them fire, you know. At 39 salute, gun salute. Him get one I'm officer, you know. The same time when I man them shoes bottom. I drop off. Uniform dilapidated. That's no leadership skill. And the only commissioner will give command for 13 round fire when I 7 for fire. We don't know about the 13 gun salute. We know about 21, which is, we don't know about the 39 gun salute. We know about 21. You do it in 3 phases of 7. Well, Google Gaga do it in 3 phases of 13. So the same way how you see him, you know, the phase, the 4.
Hold on. Okay. All right.
The same way you see him downgrade the force, yeah? And come in with a bag of garbage, 13 gun salute. And the same thing I do in a bad pen.
Definitely.
Mama,
Yes.
Baron, take the call. Take the
Okay,
call.
hold on. Okay, all right. Call back. Melting Pot is saying take the call. All right, we have 20 minutes. We could just engage with some callers.
Yeah, man.
Melting Pot said take the call. So let me just engage and turn this where people can participate, because I know that this is a very hot issue.
Big man.
Okay.
Why hear the people it's about Google Gaga appointment?
All right. Yes, because we want to hear the people what they have to say in terms of what we presented. The man have no qualification. Speak
None
up.
whatsoever.
Yes, my brother.
Again, listen. One thing we want to tell the Jamaica people them is that, and the world is that, contrary to what Andrew Holness is trying to portray to the world, that Jamaica is just full of dunce and illiterate people with no knowledge and experience. That is far from the truth. It is very far from the truth. Jamaica have a wealth of young, innovative, educated, smart, intellectual, and committed people that can do the job, that are willing to commit themselves to do the job, but they're not given the opportunity. These people are not being given the opportunity, and the reason why they're not being given the opportunity for these posts and positions is because they're going to operate with integrity, and integrity do not work with this administration. And it is sad to see that every time that there's an initiative or a position of importance to the governance of the people come about, the Prime Minister chooses to take or recycle one of his dunce cronies to put into that position. And that's one of the reasons why we have continual failure within the government itself and the governance of the country. There's no one being implemented or put into place that have innovative ideas, that are committed to the country. It is the same old recycling of the same old cronies to stuff their pocket, to defend him, to create the atmosphere and the corruption for them to reap and pilferage the wealth of the country. And until we can stem these problems, Mystic, we're going to have these same old crony dunce. Number one, they are dunce, straight dunce.
Straight dunce. Not two way about that.
Coming through over and over again in high-profile position, high-profile areas in governance to keep the corruption, the cycle of corruption. You are telling me in this day and age that the Prime Minister couldn't find a well-thinking Jamaican with the acumen and the qualifications for this job? You're telling me that the Prime Minister reached for a police officer. You couldn't find a young Jamaican with the innovative skills and skill set and qualification.
But hold on the caller. Hold on the caller. When you look at a Ralston Iman experience, a man that is so knowledgeable, one of the best in the Caribbean, you're going to tell me that, right? They couldn't draw for a Ralston Iman experience, particularly now, in this time. You have also Andre Arton out there, right?
What you say?
So many talent.
Mystic, you're talking about people with people of high integrity, high standards. That ain't gonna work with Andrew Holness. High integrity, high standards is not something that he's gonna reach for. He's reaching for the bottom lower fruit. The fruit where touch the ground and the dirty all day. When the tree blow just touch the ground and it just dirty and full of dirt. That's the fruit he's reaching for.
Here he can manipulate them.
The high hanging fruit, right? Because the man integrity is not something that he reaches for. In his list of things, integrity is at the bottom.
Whoa.
Because that's how the country is governed. And we have to understand that. And these are the things that Jamaican must understand. Understand. Let me tell you, Mystic, Jamaica's at a crossroads right now. As a matter of fact, you know what? Jamaica's no longer at a crossroads. Jamaica have crossed the road. Right? Jamaica have crossed the road. You know? The point I'm trying to make is that Jamaicans choose a direction for them. Jamaicans and the Jamaica Jamaica Labour Party have chosen a direction that has taken the country away from democracy, the rule of law, and anything that sounds of good governance. Democracy and the rule of law in Jamaica are now just speaking words. It's not a fact. It's not how the country is governed. You know, when you have the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security publicly stating that the police is legally right to just kill indiscriminately, then you have negated the rule of law.
They have no such rights.
Right? You have negated the rule of law from society, and those are illegal orders. And the Greater Jamaica did not shout out against the Prime Minister when he come with these rhetoric about meeting your maker. Nor did they shout out against the Minister of National Security, who himself is in question as a criminal. We have always had in the history of Jamaica, we've always had issues in the force.
Mm-hmm.
But what we have now is a high level of criminality within the force. Back in the days, we could have recognized a police officer. Now we have mass man dressed up in blue military suit, posing as police officer, committing crimes against humanity, committing genocide in the country, and this is sanctioned by the Prime Minister and the National Security Minister.
Because there's no community policing. There's no community policing. Where you are wearing balaclava over your face. Can't show your identity.
It has gone to the point where people don't ask if the police is there to protect and serve them, or can they rely on the police? They're asking if I call on the police or the police come, am I going to live to see another day? Am I going to be verbally and physically abused by the police? And this is the society that Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party have created within the country. It's not a healthy way for people to live. It's not a healthy way for the society to live. And all of this initiative that the Prime Minister come with, NARA, and bringing a police officer, connect the dots, people. Step back, connect the dots. I know for everyday Jamaican, it's a day of survival. The Jamaican people living I'm trying to survive every day. So they can't consume the politics, they can't consume the social discourse, they can't consume a lot of things.
All right.
Creating
the
environment for them.
All right. Let me just hold on, Carla.
We have to keep preaching the message to them, my brother.
Yes, because we have to give someone else a call because we want to just finish by 4 o'clock. So let me just give another person a time to speak. So thank you for the participation. Here, my friend.
My brother, anytime, man.
Bless up yourself. All right, let me just take my sister call here. Yes, my sister, good to go. Mystic Sensation Live, go ahead. Hello.
Hi, Byron.
How you doing, my sister?
And to everyone in the chat and those that are listening. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I agree with that caller. The caller just came off.
Yes.
Yeah? I think that they're going for the low-hanging fruit. They are recycling people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just like we had the failed ambassador at the US, you know, she ended her post, came back to Jamaica, recycled her. All of a sudden now she's an MP. Yeah,
Crazy.
You know, Melissa Dalrymple, you know, she went out of Speaker's House, recycled her. She's back in Parliament. They're recycling them. I mean, where is the opportunity for other people in Jamaica? Yeah, right. He's just recycling his cronies, low hanging fruit. Yeah, not good quality. Anyway, thank you for sharing that information, Byron.
Thank you.
Just wanted to point out, what you showed wasn't actually a CV or resume.
Yes.
It's laid out like it's a Wikipedia.
Yes. I know it's Wikipedia.
It's not the actual. Oh, okay, right. So it's not the actual
yes.
CV resume. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a website where a lot of people use that website. It's laid out like Wikipedia.
Yes.
Yeah? But I just wanted to say, because we may have people in the chat or elsewhere that are not aware. Yeah.
Yes.
That whilst it may list that Anthony Anderson, he's got an honorary doctor of technology, okay,
mm-hmm.
from UTech.
Yes.
Yeah? It's got something he worked towards. I mean, when you look at what it is, it's given to exceptional individuals who have provided transformational leadership and pioneered significant contribution to engineering, infrastructure development, and national progress in Jamaica. He's not qualified.
Not qualified, and that's my point.
Right? So don't make it mess up your head, people. Right? He's not qualified to do this position. Yeah. And just to give you an idea, I mean, they gave Cheryl Lee Ralph. She received one. Yeah. Okay. Right. For
Yes.
as an actress for global culture and so forth. Yeah. You have people like Sharika Jackson, who is an athlete. Yeah. Right. So what she's done in athletics and what have you not. So yes, she's done. You've got these people that do it in whatever art form, whether it's an athlete, an actress, whatever. So don't be fooled about people having these honorary doctorates. Okay, it's not something they actually study for. Yeah. Last thing before I jump off and give somebody else a chance to talk, Missy. Can someone tell me which job description details for you to take risks and act courageous?
I'm glad how you picked up that.
Someone tell which job description has that in it.
I'm glad how you picked up that.
I don't know who wrote this job description, right? Look, we understand about risk assessments. We understand about risk management. Which job, right, requires the individual to take risks and act courageous? Is that something that is in if you're recruiting for a police officer?
No, he's actually preparing the way.
Which job description has that, Mr.
Actually preparing the way for stealing. Mighty God.
Huh? Right? To take risks.
To take risks.
Right? All risk has to be assessed. No matter what you do, we do it in our everyday lives, right? Just doing basic tasks, yeah? We assess the risk, yeah? Right?
Yes.
Which job requires you to take risks?
None, because mine doesn't.
And courageous. What kind of rubbish is that?
Garbage.
Was it Senator Morgan that wrote this job description? I have to ask. We have to ask. I really do. Because when you wrote that, I couldn't believe I had to rewind. I said, did he say that? Let me look good.
Yeah, he said it.
Right?
He said it.
I saw it in the job description.
Yeah.
I would like to know which job requires anyone. I don't care if you're a nurse, a doctor, a police officer, a soldier. You are required to take risks. A pilot. You're required to take risks and act courageous in a job description. Listen, really? It's a piss take. That's a piss take. It really is. Yeah? They're not serious, but no, listen, he's not qualified to do the job. Yeah? You know it, God. Anyway, I'll leave you alone, but thank you. I'll go back to listening. Thank you, yeah? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful presentation from the caller there. Mighty goodness. It's crazy, right?
Laughable, man. Laughable.
Melting Pot, you have 7 minutes, right? So what I can do for to close us off. If there's any call coming in, we'll take it. But let's go ahead. Speak to us.
I have to pick up on where the caller just leave off.
Yeah.
A job description where you take risk. Come on, man. Laughable, man. So, Andrew, I make sure put it out there, say, a risk Google Gaga going to take.
Yes.
All of the funding, the $1 trillion funding. You understand? And then now, him can have something to say, well, boy, I will tell you, say, that risky job, No, this is a job that demand competency. Yeah? Know-how and competency. Man, if you have the qualification, I mean, I make Andrew Wallace know from tonight, as the crime minister said. Disappointment of Google Gaga. Yeah, we're not having it. Yeah? We are civilized people,
Hold on a minute, but the caller come in there. Yes, Sister P, what's up? Talk to me, Sister P. First and foremost, hold on the Sister P. First and foremost, we want to say condolences, right? As it relates to Sister P. His son died. Unfortunately, that is. So I know that she must be hurting. But in spite of all of that, Sister P is still here participating, right, in terms of her strength. I really, really have high regards in terms of her strength, right? So people, please, right, give a little condolences, right, to Sister P in the chat. Please let us see the condolences coming up. Yes, Sister P, go ahead.
Hold on a second, SRB. Let me just send that. Let me just send that.
Hold on, Sister P. Melting Pot wants to say something. Hold on.
I just want to endorse what you just said in regards to the loss of Sister P's son, you know. Enough condolences. Yeah? And you don't know, say, we as a Mystic Sensation family, we all send condolences. On behalf of everyone at the chat, condolences to Sister Pat and the loss of her son. Keep strong,
All right.
sister. We are here for you.
Okay, go ahead, Sister P.
Yeah, man. Big up to all Mystic Sensation. We are a family and thank you for the condolences and private call and comfort.
Yes.
But as I say, I'm grieving for the loss of my beautiful son. Very promising young man. But God knows best.
God knows best.
So I have to just wait for the autopsy to find out what really happened. Because I never sick. I never show no sign of sickness.
Yes.
So we are wait. But with that, I'm strong. I mean, I wouldn't have my back with me.
Most
but
definitely.
I still agree on the other side. I agree for my country. Because some things when me are seeing and hear, this is more than murder. This is more than murder. And I want to take this opportunity to say to some woman, female, just like how I am now feeling, I just come from the doctor. Just like how I'm now feeling, I believe you ladies should be feeling the same thing in spite for the country. No. Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller was our first female prime minister. And she come up to the rank. And what Jamaicans have done to her, then put her body on drunk club, then call her dunce, then call her barren, and all the derogatory things. And none of you ladies come out and condemn it. No, Nikisha, our young, vibrant queen, come up and you sit down and condemn him. P.N. Jackson Miller, of all person, because Juliet Cuthbert don't even work about toilet paper. So we not respect she. Right? The one when named Johnson. Him not work not neither. The only thing why them is there is because of corruption. You understand? But as a woman, why should Nikisha Burton apologize to Juliet Wallace? Who is Juliet Wallace? Juliet Wallace is a woman, yes, we respect that. And she have a little education, yes, we respect that. Coming from the grassroots, and she excel, and that is good. But when her excelling where she excel, she over excel. She has no respect for people. She has no respect for the parliament. She has no respect for the common chair where she sit down into. She have not even respect for herself, because you have to respect yourself before you can respect anybody. Okay? So why should Nikisha Burton apologize to Juliet Wallace? Juliet Wallace is nothing. To me, Juliet Wallace is like the win. They trust me before they win. If I was a young woman in a college, I inspired to be a part of the parliament one day, I wouldn't want to be like Juliet Wallace. There's nothing good about Juliet Wallace to say, whoa, I would like to be like Juliet Wallace. I would like to be like Portia Simpson, who mothered the country, who have been through it, right? Who have helped the common Jamaican people, who give them advice, right? I want to be like she. I had a great woman who have passed through the parliament. I would like to be like Miss Curtis. Miss Curtis, I work in the parliament
For both side party, you never hear no biasness. No, she do her job. We not even know if Miss Scott is a Labour or PMP. Because she do her job like what it is supposed to do. So I would like to, I want to be like she. When you let all this come, they can do. Miss Curtis not parliament before and she come there with her bully self. And disrespect Miss Curtis. And Miss Curtis, I feel left. So these are the things I would want to be like this. And you, Miss Diane Jackson Miller, when the country look up to you as a journalist and a liar to teach us things that we don't know, and you fall for this, then if you as the journalist cannot hold the government or the government members in check, what left? What next? You have to tell the woman, say, the woman a big woman, and she speak her mind, and that's it. She disrespect Angela Brownberg when did it so long. I wouldn't want to be like Babs, but I even like Babs because all what Babs do is when it's alleged that are behind the parliament. So people are going to say when they want to say whether it's true or not. But when she do it in the parliament. She talk down to Hassan, Mr. Hassan, she talk down to everybody. She hide the things them when the things them come out for table. She ground them. You see on paper to see a bill house and KFC give him permission for 70 yard. He have 100 and had. But I want to be like she. I don't want to be like she. I walk a big house, I'll put a year, this a year, that a year, that. If you want to be like she. And come up, more for the young lady, man. And think about the country. If you remember saying, no, you have picked me, no. And when uno dead gone, when we dead gone, at them I got there, Paul Bogle, Nani and the rest of person who fight blood, sweat and tears to allow me and Uno to ball without shackle, to allow Uno could be in the parliament. I remember my grandfather tell me, if you're not brown skin, you couldn't be postmistress. Because postmistress is a big job. You couldn't get no big work no matter how righteous you think you be. If once you're black, you have to stay back. Right? And you allow Mr. Onis to collect money from the people in a foreign. Where sometimes when you look on where them are go through, and then you make the money gone back to pay debt, while your Jamaican people still under tarpaulin. I would fall the victim, but thank God to Mystic Sensation, his wife Anne-Marie Mystic, who see possible to help me. Well, how would I deal with this? And that tarpaulin and my son dead. And not dead, but I dead too. Thank God for Mystic and his family who know I can lie down and me rain could have fall hailstone. Me now wet. Am I not a Jamaican? Am I don't pay tax? 2 hurricane pass. And me lose my building, me lose my pick them everything. Who missing who? Nobody come to my house to give me a visit. They say, all right, this is that. They say me if I go, I want ministry, I want play, but I send time, they me go down there. But it seems like my name and the computer and a friend. So he can't pick up my name. Okay? And a Mystic Sensation with Rattigan, Andre Stephen, and the PDTV family and Mystic family have helped me and my little son to put on back my house stuff. I'm very grateful, very appreciative. I know a man will live beside me, not too far, in green and grass, and the house stuff come off, and as I'm speaking now, he's still under the tarpaulin with young children, young kids. So when rain fall, they amount of bucket and pan with them have to set. As I speak, and you ladies been there before, no, rally around to Jamaica and say, no, Mr. Prime Minister, this not look good. A human being then comes what me, it no matter what party them affiliate to. You know become the government, sir. You are is a father. So let me say you're not good papa.
If you're not good, Papa, you take care of your pity them. Right? And all our own in the parliament, we are acting up on our teeth. And I get. Wait, man. Who know how get it? See, girl, one woman where used to be beside him. And when the little boy up at university asked him a question, she got to tell the little boy about who don't know. When name again, him no know in limit, like you have to say, no know in limit, kind of have the prime minister that. Where are you now? Left and to fling you out. Mother who fought in the day try to trip about what? Constitution reform. What post Mother who have? The only post he have as a member of parliament. Well, enough of uno in a parliament. Anytime he fire, turn up under hands the right way. He might go fling you all uno under some train like when do police. You know, Sister Andrew is fling the Jamaica constabulary force, the dead one, the one when not born it, the one is fling you all of them on that train. After too much killing, when you sip on video and see what happened, and you know, and say, what a rape. And say something, if he sued the family member, and if a foreigner never get gunshot, he wouldn't come out and speak. He not even speak and Buju. When Buju dead, he not come out and say nothing. And when the foreigner, the so-called the foreigner get shot, when Val said the foreigner wasn't a threat, he was on the road. So the police say, and them said this, but Val said the man wasn't a threat. So me not go to university. Me want to know all that pencil out. Just because the man black, then go shoot black bud and text it with a Jamaican black bud. But happy for them people say is a foreigner black bud. Come on, Jamaica. Come on. And uno church people, and I calling on the Jamaica constabulary force, member Chucky, where Chucky na do. Yes, I him do it and say, but I think he get some influence from some bigger man. But right now, he want that prison. Him alone there prison. Even them give him money and food, that still not sweet him because in that prison. Young police officers kill back, cut back.
True.
Because the man tell you say no. If you not getting a problem, you know they pound no one. And no found parents hungry like me. Because they never hungry, in the police force. Because they may have the money, they say they got college to pursue ability, wouldn't go in there. Think about it. And want to take this opportunity to say to you, Mystic, Melting Pot, and everybody, thank you again for your support and your love in my difficult time. Ladies, I've been through the fire, through the rain, but I've never been through this. And may I hold it like a G, but it's tough. My son, it's tough. 17 CXC, 10 cape. And gone just like that. Don't know what happened, but may I hold it. Sorry. And continue to do no good work.
Thank you so much.
Continue.
Thank you.
All right.
God be with you, Sister P.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Blessing, Sister P.
All right, Melting Pot, we are already over the time, so we have to run. We have to just wrap up this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we have to.
All right, because Titan, I have to go to the barber, so it all depends. Because I'm going over the time, all depends on what time.
Make sure you go to barber and come at the Titan. Go on.
Yeah, because I have to. All right, so I'm going to close now. So, people, make sure someone pass through Titans later, right? Because Sibel, all right. That is Carl, I realize I call, but we have to close the show, right? Because I'm really late and we have to prepare the Titans. All right. All right, blessings. All right, loving people, and thanks for the support. Always appreciated. You understand? But we have to run. So automatically walk good, right? What wife say? On the gravel.
Safe travel on the gravel. Right. Safe travel on the gravel.
All right, blessings.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know.
You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right side that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.